Hi, everybody. I believe I'm going live right now. It says meeting is now live streaming live on Facebook. And so this is a retake. It's a redo from yesterday because yesterday there was no sound. And so that's what we're going for today is we are going for sound. So hopefully you can hear me. And if you can't, um, then I'm probably just making these gestures and my mouth is moving a whole lot and you can't hear me. All right, so uh, we're going to go ahead. I want to share my screen with you because we're going to get right into the action today. But yeah, last time there was no sound for some people and then there was sound for other people. And then today, I don't know. It's all just crazy. I'm having serious Mercury issues. I had to look that up in my chart. I was like, what's going on? Because those are such Mercury problems. I was having Mercury problems, like I'm having problems with people sending me things and people having problems with connecting with me. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Mercury. Blaming Mercury. Sorry, Mercury. Anyway, where is it right now? Mercury's in Sagittarius. Oh, there it is. Mercury's in Sagittarius. I'll have to look that up. I know I've got my Neptune there, so that's probably why he's just really foggy. That would make a lot of sense. Anywho, sharing the astrology with you today. I'm going to minimize this window a little tiny bit so that I can check out my notes that I wrote for everybody. Again, having Mercury problems. I just had all of my notes up and then they went away. There they are. Brought them back. Okay, so here we go. This is for December 7th through the 13th. And so the theme for this week, I talked about it a little bit yesterday and there was no sound. So here we go. So the theme for this week is increased sensitivity with boundaries, which is so interesting because I really feel like I am working on my own boundaries for moving forward. And one of the very first influences that I've been noticing is this Venus is trine to Neptune. And what that looks like is I'm going to find Venus. Venus looks like a little girl sign. Kind of like back in the day when you would go to public bathrooms, you would see a little girl sign and the little boy sign looks like Mars right over here. And so that's pretty simple. So Venus is this one. Mars is the one that has the little arrow pointing up. Venus has a little plus pointing down. And so Venus trine to Neptune. So whenever you see that blue line right there, that's a trine, and a trine is just very nice energy. And it's very flowy. This is going to bring on extra sensitivity, extra empathing, just tuning into your beloved. So if you happen to have one next to you, awesome. And if not, don't go into toxic thought world. Tune into yourself and your own self-love. So on December 7th, that was yesterday. It's December 8th in the evening here in Okinawa over there. It's going to be just barely peaking up, but still, these transits are still in effect. They're in effect all the way up until the eclipse on the 14th. And if you're feeling extra emotional, you're probably sensing that eclipse energy because it's pretty powerful energy. Yeah, and eclipses can be felt because eclipses have a lot to do with the nodes and what happens 6 months later. You have the I don't know if you did the polarities training that I did, but you can see that each sign has a polar opposite. Not opposite, but it's just kind of extensions of the same theme. And so but yeah, those are polarities, and so you're going to sense that other side of that polarity 6 months later. That's very interesting. I can do a little bit more on that if you need me to. So anyway, so December 7th through the eclipse, we've got the sun trine to Mars. And again, trine is good, open energy. So here's the sun right here. It's the little circle with the nipple in the middle. Okay, so it's a little circle with the dot in the middle. That's the sun. Ooh, look at there. We have a square forming. Boom, boom. Okay, square is going to be that 90-degree angle. But we've got the sun trine to Mars. And what this is this energy has the potential to allow you to sense for courageousness and self-confidence, which I know a lot of us need at this time of year, number one. Number two, there's a big push in 2021. I'm seeing it already sort of map itself out with the upcoming solstice. We've got Jupiter and Saturn both moving into Aquarius. Jupiter has everything to do with your ambitions and what you really want to do. Jupiter is going to make things happen for you, and Saturn is going to, if you can use the energy correctly, if you can use it properly, and if you can really harness it and tap into it, that means you're going to be able to build the structure around what you want to do. So this can be an incredibly powerful time. Aquarius is forward thinking, forward movement. It's holding that vision of what you really, really want to happen. And so I really truly feel that these energies are here to help us. And so Sun trine to Mars, it's helping us to build that strong foundation, those strong boundaries that we need in order to move forward, and in order to tell ourselves, hey, you know what, this is not where I need to be putting my energy right now. I need to be putting my energy over there. Like that's the thing that I want to do. And so it's deciding what vision it is that you want to push forward this year, because Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius up until June, and then it's going to move over, and then it's going to come back. So with a retrograde. So yeah, between the summer, like the middle, or between the solstice and June, what is it that you want to get done? So it's that time. You know, use the Jupiterian energy and say, all right, this is the one thing I really want to see moving forward. And the boundaries, the Sun Mars influence right now is pushing you, helping to push you forward through establishing boundaries for yourself. Those are needed. Okay, I oftentimes feel like Mars and Saturn, they work together. Mars is kind of like the little boy, and Saturn is like the stern adult, stern dad. So yeah, so it has the potential to allow you to sense for courageousness and for self-confidence. You have this, you've got this. So, and I told a friend the other day, Jen, this is a shout out to you because I love you, girl. Okay, so I told her today that, I don't need all of the courses. I finally, it dawned on me, I don't need all of these courses. I already have this. I already know in my heart what I need to do to move forward. I already have this. And I've been telling myself that, but I didn't really actually believe it. So it's like, finally is like starting to plant, and I'm starting to understand I don't need all of this input. And it's a matter of me shutting myself kind of back in a box and allowing those ideas to sort of percolate and come to the surface. And so I can skim off the top and determine what is it that I need to move my vision forward so that I can help the most amount of people. So yeah, I think it's really, really cool. If you have goals, go for them. This energy can also make you feel a little bit irritable, and so yeah, you want to relax. You really want to sense for that courage. Another influence, and there are a couple. Of course, there's always movement in the skies. The moon is constantly moving. It's constantly moving. I want to say it spends about 2 days in each sign. It just goes and comes all the way back around. So that's why 2 days in each sign. There's 12 signs. You got it. So so yeah, it's going to be, the moon moves so quickly that you're going to be sensing sort of like if your emotions, if you notice that they're just kind of like all over the place, it could be, a combination of what's happening astrologically with other planets as well as with the moon. And particularly if you're having a moon year, sometimes we have moon years, and I can talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to be offering 2021 readings, and if you're having a moon year, it's going to be a lot more of an emotional sort of roller coaster type of year. uh, Not saying that that's a bad thing. There's again, I believe that it's all a matter of harnessing the energy and using it in a way that can move you forward, and either on a personal level, a physical level, mind, bodies, emotion, spirit. We are always evolving. So yeah, again, starting from now, between now and the eclipse, there's another transit that I want to show you about. It's a sun square to Neptune. There we go. So it's that square that I pointed out, this red line. It's a solid red line right there. It's a sun square to Neptune. And that is idealism and trying to align yourself with your ideals. So once again, we're brought that theme of, what is it? What is it that you really want to see moving forward? Get that in your head and really work with it. And if you're not sure, now is Neptune has to do with dreams too. So, go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, write down, what is it that I need to know right now? Wake up in the morning and just start journaling. You can and try even writing with your left hand or your non-dominant hand, whichever one that might be. For me, it's my left. So yeah, try writing with your non-dominant hand, and it actually will wake up the right side of your brain, wakes it up. So yeah, this is idealism, trying to align yourself with your ideals, physically, emotionally, mentally. um, Neptune also is the expression of your spirituality. So when you combine, Peter Levine talked about this, that when you combine your physical, emotional, and mental bodies, the result is your spiritual body. And so yeah, if you really, in Nia, we did a practice where we sensed for all four of these realms, and that took us into this other elevated state, and it was really kind of cool. I gotta tell you, that's a little plug for Nia, my passion practice. But this is an excellent time to do some art. It's extremely dreamy. Again, you're going to feel connected with others. At the same time, it can also make you feel super empathic, and so it's really important. And again, we're getting back to the boundaries, the concept of dealing with the boundaries. If you've got a weakened sense of ego boundaries, this is going to bring that up. So then work with that Mars, the Sun Mars trine energy, so that you can sense for courageousness and sense for self-confidence, so that you can move forward with your ideas, and so that you can also enforce the boundaries that you have put on you, and also be aware of anybody around you that could be an energy vampire. This energy also brings in people who just are needy, like who have people who have addiction, issues with addiction. Not saying that, I think that we all kind of struggle with our own addictions. I do completely believe that. And so it's not like, there you go, hitting the bottle again now. Like it takes a great deal of compassion to have people in our lives that are sort of kind of being swallowed up by addiction. So I don't mean to minimize that, but and even our own addictions, just kind of having compassion with ourselves, and being aware of how much addiction might be swallowing up different parts of our lives. So yeah, so be aware of those in your life that are energy vampires, and understanding where it is those that you need the self-confidence to come into your life, so that you can establish those boundaries on a personal level. and saying, hey, what is it that I need in order to kick the addiction, in order to kick the smoking or the gambling or the online shopping addiction that I've got, or, the drinking or whatever it might be. Or even just like is it depreciating, deprecating, just I'm like self-abuse, any form of self-abuse. Just become very aware of it, have self-compassion, have and tap into that courage that you need in order to move up. You don't have to kick anything right now. I know I've been wrestling with my diet. Boy, I have been really seriously wrestling with that during this entire pandemic. I'm like, okay, what is it that I need to do to like build up the courage and the self-confidence to move forward and to make my body healthier? Yeah, because it's just been such a doozy, and a lot of second chakra stuff has been activated. And since it's been activated, it's been it does trigger addictions, addictive behavior, any sort of addictive patterns that you have in your family on an ancestral level. It's going to be kicking that up. So yeah, I'm going to lead you through a grounding exercise, and we're going to tap into the energies of the Sun, Mars, courage and self-confidence. So wherever you're at, I want you to find yourself, go ahead and close your eyes and settle into your seat, settle into wherever it is that you're sitting or lying down right now. If you tend to fall asleep, you may want to sit up. Finding your heart space or the center of your body, wherever your self, capital S, resides. I want you to move there and visualize a big, small sun right there in the middle. And the heat from this sun, your sun self, it radiates out and into the world. I want you to visualize that extending out from that heart space are these golden threads that extend out about 4 feet outside of your body. In all directions, they're just extending out. And each one of these threads is connected with a desire or an intention that you have. Because we all have so very many intentions and dreams and hopes for family members. And I want you to really just tap into all of those wishes and those dreams. And you can even acknowledge them, almost like checking them off. And now, with a big sweeping motion, you're going to sense all of these threads coming together into like a big ponytail. And you suddenly start to weave each of these threads together, almost like a braid, a long, thick braid. And it continues to, you just continue to braid it together until you have this really, really long rope. This long rope, once it gets long enough, if you're going to start to bring it down from your solar plexus or from wherever your sense of self begins within your body, you're going to bring it down and into the ground, down your legs, through your feet, into the crust of the earth. And this braid is just getting longer and longer and longer as it seeks for nutrients, for nourishment. It's going to extend all the way down to the center of the earth. That's where it's striving to go. So just sense for temperature changes and sense for the life that's beneath the earth that sustains us. And offer gratitude to each living piece of our earth underneath us or with us. Allow that golden braid to continue to move down into underground caves and past the different layers of the earth, all the way until it gets down to the center. And there in the center of the earth, I want you to imagine what it must be like down there. This is a space that's ripe, it's full of nutrients. And this braid is going to find its way into a place where it can just implant itself and feed on the nutrients of the earth. It can be a place where you sense a lot of heat, like fire. You may sense water, that there's water there, or stone. Just notice what you sense down there. Maybe a whole other, almost like a whole other world down there for you. I want you to search for a place where you can plant the roots of your golden threads. You're going to place them there and harness them there and anchor them. This is a place that's going to feed them. And right here in this space, you're going to whisper your intention, even if you're not sure what it is that you would like to move forward with. Simply offer that into the center of the earth, into this space. You can say, I would like help moving forward with my intention, whatever that might be. Aho. And really sense in your body where you feel that connection between these golden threads and the earth. Where is it that you feel it in your body? And what does that feel like inside your body? What is receiving the nourishment from this practice right now? When you're ready, you're going to follow. This anchor is going to remain, and it's going to continue to be fed and nourished by this earth energy, by this core earth energy, sensing your core connected with the earth's core. You're going to follow that braid all the way up through the earth, into your feet, and up into your heart space, or wherever your sense of self is and where it resides. And along with it, you're going to be drinking up from the center of the earth. courage. You're going to see yourself moving forward with confidence. What does it look like? And even if you can't get a vision of what that looks like, what does it feel like? You can even see in your mind's eye a big movie screen with what your life will look like just 1 year from now. We already know how life can take such drastic turns in just 1 year. What are you doing? And how are you feeling? And I sense it in your body. How are you feeling just 1 year from now? Moving that courageous energy forward in that vision. Onto that movie screen. Sensing it in your body, sensing the courage in your body. To place boundaries whenever it's appropriate. Knowing that it's what needs to happen to move the entire world forward. Your vision is connected to the world's vision, the collective vision. We all are like threads in a spider's web. And your vision is so important to move forward with that. So sensing for that courage, and you may even connect a color to that sense of courage. Self-confidence. You may even notice yourself shifting in your seat. Okay, maybe puffing your chest up a little bit. That's a little courageous. Breathing into that sensation. So now, whenever you are ready, we're going to start to bring it back in. You're going to bring it into that heart space, wherever the sensation is living. Just bring it back there. Thank yourself. Put your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly. Thank yourself for this practice today. Oh. Okay, and when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open and you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just wake yourself up, coming back into this world. And so hopefully this actually ended up recording the sound. Fingers crossed. I'm about to go and eat some dinner. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I would love to know what your visions were in this little quest here today. You can drop that down in the comments. Also, if you have any questions in particular about your chart, I would love to bring it up. I would love to talk about it. If there's anything in particular you would not like me to mention, you could always let me know about that too. This is a learning space for all of us. And I want to be able to bring over to you anything that's going to help you on your astrology journey. I honestly believe that everybody from, elementary school age on should learn about this stuff. It's so important. Stopping the share, but a couple things that I wanted to announce too. Again, I've got the 2021 year ahead forecast of offering available. I finally put it up on the website. I also changed the website. I really changed it. It is it's got this guy on there. And I'm just so excited. So I changed the website, and so you'll notice a lot of changes happened over there, jupitersplayground.com. And that's where you can find the 2021 readings if you would like to get one. And if you listen to the All Things Relax podcast that I announced yesterday, you can actually get a pretty significant discount on this. So I'm really excited about that. So again, Sandy D, we did an interview together and it was a lot of fun. I had a whole lot of fun. I listened to it again today. So it was just so much fun chatting with her and sharing that space with her. So yeah, listen to that and get the discount and book your 2021 reading, because don't we all just want to know what the weather report is for the year? You know, I think we all could have used it this year for sure. I think that astrology is the one thing that's gotten me through this year. And so, and that's, I think, one reason why I'm like really diving into it. So, you know, crazy times have a way of clarifying things for you, right? So I think that that's about it. So again, All Things Relax podcast, be sure to check that out. Sandy posted about it in the group. I will do the same again. We talked about how you can use astrology for self-discovery and a lot of other things. So all right, well, I love you guys. I hope you have a great week. And yeah, and that's about it for this day. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever, and take care. Bye.